My name is Lou Holtz. Some people know me as a football coach. Some know me as a speaker. Others only know the results. But long before the wins, long before the recognition, long before my name meant anything, I was just a young man trying to figure life out. I've spent decades leading teams, building men, winning championships, and standing in front of crowds. I've coached at the highest level. I've reached the top of my profession. I've been celebrated for success. But none of that is where this story begins. Because titles don't teach you character. Victories don't teach you humility. And success doesn't teach you meaning. Life does. And before you decide whether to listen to me or not, let me tell you something that may surprise you in the next few seconds. I wasn't born confident. I wasn't born successful. And I certainly wasn't born extraordinary. I've failed more times than I've succeeded. I've made mistakes I wish I could erase. And some of the most important lessons of my life came far too late. Before I go any further, let me say something honest, something a little sad. This story carries real pain, real failure, and real lessons. And yet, so far, very few people have shown support here. If this message resonates with you even a little, a simple like or subscription truly helps us grow together. Growth is never a solo journey. Now, let me take you back. I was born in a basement, a real basement, low ceiling, cold floor, one small kitchen, half a bathtub, 4 people sharing one space. We didn't have money. We didn't have comfort. We didn't have security. But we had something far more important: choices. My father quit school in the 6th grade. That was the end of his formal education. No degrees, no prestige. But he taught me a lesson that shaped everything I became. Life is a matter of choices, and those choices define you. When I was young, I made a lot of foolish ones. I chased approval. I wasted time. I spoke when I should have listened. I confused arrogance with confidence. I thought strength meant pretending I had no fear. I was wrong. I failed often. Quiet failures, loud failures, failures no one applauds. And I learned something early on. Failure doesn't arrive with drama. It sneaks in through comfort, excuses, and delay. There were moments when I felt small, when people underestimated me, when doors closed without explanation, when I was told, directly or indirectly, that I wasn't enough. And for a while, I believed them. But here's something I want every young person to understand. Your lowest moments are not proof that you are weak. They are invitations to decide who you're going to become. I didn't grow because life was kind to me. I grew because I got tired of lying to myself. I stopped blaming circumstances. I stopped blaming people. I stopped blaming time. I discovered a truth so simple that it leaves no room for excuses. Life does not need to be complicated. We complicate it. Look at the world around you. 7 colors in a rainbow, 7 notes in music, 10 digits in numbers, and yet, infinite beauty, infinite creation. The problem has never been lack of resources. The problem is lack of discipline, lack of focus, lack of courage to stay consistent. When that finally sank in, everything changed. The 4 essentials of life. I realized that every human being needs 4 things in life. And if even one is missing, something inside you will always feel empty. You need something meaningful to do. You need someone to love. You need something to believe in, and you need a purpose worth waking up for. There were times in my life when I didn't have all four. Sometimes I had only one, sometimes none. And in those moments, I felt the weight of emptiness that pushes people off course. I learned something dangerous about success, something no one warns you about when you're young. Success can make you lazy. Success can make you afraid. Success can convince you that staying still is the same as being safe. And that lie nearly cost me everything that mattered. There was a moment in my life when I reached the top. Not just progress. The top. The place everyone dreams of. The place where people applaud you, praise you, and suddenly stop questioning your decisions. And instead of asking myself, how do I grow from here? I said, we've arrived. Let's protect this. Let's not take risks. That was my mistake. Because the moment you decide not to risk, you've already decided to decline. Life does not reward preservation. It rewards progress. And progress always requires discomfort. People around me didn't notice it at first. From the outside, everything still looked successful. Wins, recognition, stability. But inside, something had shifted. The hunger was gone. The edge was dull. The urgency faded. And when urgency fades, discipline follows it out the door. I stopped asking, what's acceptable? And started asking, what's right? There is never a right moment to do the wrong thing, and never a wrong moment to do the right thing. That rule sounds simple, and that's why most people ignore it. Not everyone has the same abilities. That's life. That's reality. But everyone has the same responsibility to give the best of what they have. You don't get to choose your talent, but you do choose your effort. And effort is the most honest form of respect you can offer. To your family, your team, yourself. You cannot lead people you don't care about. You cannot inspire people you look down on. You cannot build trust while thinking only of yourself. I used to walk into rooms thinking I had to prove something. Prove authority. Prove intelligence. Prove control. That mindset isolates you. The day I started walking into rooms asking, how can I help? Everything changed. People don't follow titles. They follow trust. And trust is built through genuine care. A kind word. A moment of attention. An honest encouragement. These are not small things. They are rare things. I've seen people chase success their entire lives and die empty. Money without meaning is a heavy burden. Power without purpose leaves a hollow echo. What matters in the end is not how much you accumulated, but how many people were better because you were there. That's what significance means. And significance lasts longer than success. When I look back now, everything I've lived, the failures, the mistakes, the moments of pride, the seasons of doubt, all point to the same truth. Life never asked me to be perfect. It asked me to be responsible. I wasn't defined by where I was born, by how much money we had, or by how many times I fell. I was defined by the choices I made when no one was watching. The choice to keep growing. The choice to do what was right. The choice to care about people more than titles. You don't become great by accident. You become great by choice. Choice by choice. Day by day. When it's hard. When it's lonely. When no one applauds. And if you're listening right now, understand this. Your life is not on hold. It is being shaped by what you choose next. If you want to keep hearing stories like this, real stories, honest stories, stories that help you build fluency and the mindset of winners, stay connected with Fluent Diary. Engage, subscribe, and grow with us, because the best chapter of your life has not been written yet.